Daniel O'Connor of Hydroarmor Systems, and today is January 5th, 2017, and as you can see, I still work on jobs. This is a garage with an apartment above. The house is sinking over this way. I'll tell you what's really going on. Here we got this floor. This is the bubble on the level. Now basically, the concrete floor is level. Well, how could the garage be sinking if the floor is level? Let's go look. All right, the first thing I see is this door is way crooked. Come on outside. Without all the further drama, what we're doing here is digging this out. This is your footer. The footer seems to be okay, so I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? And then I reach under here, and I feel this is rotted. The sill plate and the studs are rotted, so that as they rot, the building's been coming down. Okay, now we're gonna go around the front. Now let's take a look at this garage door. That's how far the bubble is off. One end is touching, and the other end is about 1 3/4 inches down. You could be somewhere around 10 inches, 11 inches, 12 inches sunk down on this corner. I'll take you through the process of jacking this house up. And by the way, this is a scary house jack. I'm not gonna say that I was a little bit nervous about it, but if I start saying shit like that, then the homeowner gets all worried. Gotta put some girders here, jack it up. Girders in the center, jack it up, and girder down there, jack it up. Okay, stop. I cannot open the garage door because I gotta run some girders across here, post, and jack it up. All right, we're ready to go. Let's get this shit done. All right, so you got all these guys who saved with those nail guns, and you gotta really screw this together. This is how we used to do it in the old days. You know, when we used to have nails, and we get it started like that. Now, those guys don't do it like this. They got those fucking stupid candy-ass. Ow! I hate when that happens. All right, leave that for now. I wanted to get that up 1.5 inches. Might be asking too much. All right, so what we got is we got a 2x8 triple girder up there. I got 6x6s here. I got a 6x6 crossed here, so that I can jack on this end. I can jack on that, and I got a 20-ton jack here, 20-ton jack there. And this is just one. I got another one to put there, and I got another one to put over there, so that the whole building is going to go up evenly. Now I also got to put some bracing in here. I just want to get it initially up so that I've got pressure on the ceiling. There's a lot of weight in the center. You know, this shit isn't light. You think this shit is easy? Don't try this at home. You want to at least try and start out level. All right, okay, that's it.
Okay.
We lift this a little bit here, get the pressure up, and that'll lighten the load on the center. I gotta get that end. So I gotta get this up, and this up, so that I can get that corner over there. All right. Oh, look at that, we're snug as a bug. Let's see. You put 3 across because you want everything to match up and be square. If one of these 2x8 is softer, then what's going to happen when you get a lot of weight on it, the girder's not going to hold together and be square. It's going to start to go like this. If it goes like this, too much, a 2x6 can come blasting out and hit somebody. When you look at this girder here, everything is nice and square. If you come down here, okay, this is what happens. I mean, it's so much weight on that this 2x8 is actually being crushed. That's a lot of weight pushing up that lumber just like that. We got it up about 3 inches all the way around. You gotta let it settle now. You know, this shit stresses you out sometimes, you know? Not only just the physical stuff, but you know, fucking make it come down and things up. It's a little stressful. I'm tired. I wanna go home. Okay, terrific. I have years and years of footage, and just recently people have been busting my chops, put some new videos up. I looked at some of my old videos, and I looked at the new videos, and I see the aging process. That's why I don't want to look at myself in the mirror anymore. So today is the hair and makeup person's day off. I don't know what I look like because I don't look at myself anymore. Now there's a specific reason why I left this on and I did not take it off before I did a little jacking. The addition is pulling away from the house. This is holding the wall rigid. The addition could have pulled away from the house. This wall wouldn't have held it. We'd be under here, the house would fall down, and we all die. All right, so now we're gonna take this shit off. And what a pain in the ass that is. Even if you try to pickaxe it, this is gonna take all day. There's 20-ton piston jacks on both sides, but you're not gonna go anywhere. Something like this, steel plate. The piston jack, round, go right through the lumber. I gotta get it up 1.5 inches, and then I'm gonna slide 2x6s in here, and that's how you get her up. You get her up 1.5 inches at the time. Now the issue here is that they've got open cells. I see these open cells. Now, when you build a foundation, the top block is supposed to be solid. Actually, they should have put another block on here, and that should have been the cap block, but it wasn't. These are open cells. Moisture that gets inside of these blocks comes up, and then it just rotted out the sill plate, and it's been rotting out the studs. Building this up off of the, whatever the fuck this hodgepodge is, and we'll show you what we're gonna do later on. They probably were gonna put a top block on there, and they just said, eh, fuck it. All right, so, okay, terrific. That's it, see you tomorrow. From where we started, we are up 5.5 inches. Ah, you son of a bitch. You might notice, no sissy boy choke, all right? Oh, how do you like the hat? You know what? I like these hats. Everybody wears those stupid baseball hats. Back in the 50s, the 40s, everybody wore these kind of hats. You wore these because you cover up your bald head. And so like when you went out on a date, you know, you met somebody for the first time, that's why they went, how do you do? I want to show you that they're not bald. They do this. Oh, how do you do? That's, in other words, they're saying, look, babe, I still got my hair. And then the other ones will say, oh yeah, you know, you'll have to love me for who I am. You're kind of here. But everybody wears the ball caps. I'm going to start a new trend. Ask yourself, guys, which is better, ball cap or this? All right. Look how much I got this bitch up. All right, so, guys, this is how you jack a house up. Do this at home. Okay, we're gonna go upstairs and see how it made out. All right, where this was before, open, it's back now, level here. All right, let's see if we can get over there. Now, what's that look like? That's it, Bubba? That's perfect. We're good to go. Perfect. Okay, so we got it. All right. So now you want to come in here. And, okay, let's see, we're perfect upstairs. Tomorrow I'm going to bring the laser level and I'll show you what that is. We have this where it needs to be. Okay, you use these for checking elevations and when you want to dig out foundations, and I use it for when we want to use a long discharge line to make sure it's got a pitch on it. You got your little tripod here, and you get your little laser light that spins around, and actually it's self-leveling. You know, in the old days you'd have to use the plumb bob and get the legs as close as you could, and then be sitting here with the knobs, looking at the different levels. Make sure it's all nice and straight. That was never perfect. This here, self-leveling as soon as you turn it on. So it's a world of wonderful technology. And here you got your little thingy. Here you got a receptor. And when the laser hits it, it beeps. Over on this end, water comes right off the building, and that's perfect. Okay, that laser is perfect where it's hitting right there. This here is high. The ceiling is high, which we want it to be. We want this to be a little bit up down the end so that we put everything and drop it down. That is high. This is high by about a full inch, which is great. That's high by about an inch. Perfect. That's high by about an inch. Looks like we've got everything level. And this is basically the only way you can do it. Make sure it's perfect. Otherwise, you know, you're just guessing. There's a 1/4 of an inch low. That's a 1/4 of an inch low. From the front of the house to the back of the house is a 1/4 inch lower. I think we'll let it be. 1/4 inch is okay. I'm a perfectionist, but let's not get to the extreme. So this is your sheathing, and this is your shingles outside. I left them there because who wants to replace all the shingles? Nice straight row. Cut the studs. We got the sill plate bolted underneath here. We got the sheathing screwed to the outside of this sill plate. We cut this sheathing off, and so now the sheathing under here that's screwed to the sill plate, that's the way it's going to be. You got the plywood on the outside. That's all firm to braced in. So down in here, we have the rebar going horizontal, and every 2 feet we've got the rebar on a vertical. And I'm just fucking tired. So this kind of shit you make up as you go. Everything is still up in the air. Got this outer form right here, and of course the old bird mouth cuts. That's holding it all together. You gotta have your anchor bolts. See, your anchor bolts are right here, but they're just going to be hanging in there. We didn't thread them down too far because when we pour the concrete, it's going to hang on, and then we're going to have room to be able to bolt them down to that thread. All right, so you got that. You got your horizontal rebar in there. You got your vertical rebar every 2 feet. Now you see a little bit of space underneath the 2x4s. It's all right because when we drop the building, we're going to settle it right down. So we're all ready for an inspection, but we haven't gotten a permit yet. Permits are overrated. All right, so, and I have no idea what my engineer drew up, so I got to wait for the permit, and they got to wait and see what Dave, the engineer, drew up. And it's all right. The building inspector doesn't know what the fuck this is anyway. When you do anything like that, if you cut everything and make it look really neat and professional, the buildings inspectors will see that little neatness and how everything is nice and cut up and, you know, screwed together. They'll see the workmanship of that, and they won't look any further. They walk in here and you got hodgepodge this and hodgepodge that. Boy, they're going to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Permits are overrated, so we'll just have to wait. Everything's all ready. That is fucking funny. That's how I do things. Alright? Now, I got another job to go start. And then one after that. And one after that. Okay, so I showed you how we built the forms. And the top of the plywood was exactly where I wanted the concrete to go. The concrete, we filled the forms with the concrete. And now all I've got to do is drop the building down. And I got the lag bolts in here, just tighten them up. I actually put the lag bolts in there before I put the concrete in there so everything is locked up. We're going to pull the forms. We got this here. Now we've got a solid poured concrete foundation. This is how you do it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slap some sheetrock on here, spackle it all out. And one thing I want to point out, if you look at this wall is perfectly straight. But now it's wire mesh, a couple of coats of cement, and then a finish coat over the top of it. Anytime you see something like this that was done a long time ago, you have to really look and appreciate the workmanship. Just imagine that. I mean, I don't think I can do that. The man who put this on, or woman, politically correct, beautiful job, and you know, he wasn't making very much money, but he had pride in his work and his workmanship. This is perfectly straight. We're going to replace the sheetrock, get rid of all the 6x6s and what we used to jack it up. Get rid of that. We're going to put the garage door opener back on. All right, so we're going to see if I can match these old timers. Madison, Willis, and we're just finishing up this job.
It's a beautiful job, man. They did a great job. I mean, new foundation on the whole house. You can only imagine they lifted the house up. They built it up perfect. I wouldn't have imagined it. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
Everything is down. This is it. Got the foundation in. Walls are all back. This one was nerve-wracking, but this one I'm really happy and proud of. This one's a wrap. Damn good job, huh?